Hey everybody, and welcome to my Borderlands 2 any% with DLC updated tutorial. It's gonna be fully up to date with all the information that was not in our previous little tutorial that we had. And this should help out all the people looking to learn this game and have a really good time with all that. So, the reason that it is an any% with DLC speedrun is because we are going to be using a DLC character. Technically, the any% can only use the 4 main characters because they're the ones that came with the game. However, the 4 main characters of the run are very difficult, and Gage just kind of makes them look bad in comparison, I guess. So, Gage is the preferred and most common character to be used in speedrunning. Just there's more glitches there that really just make everything much easier, much faster. It's just the person you really want to be using, especially if you're learning this game. So, the biggest differences, biggest things I guess that you should really be thinking about is that the PC version is going to be by far the fastest version for you to be using and the simplest, because on PC you have better access to patches, meaning that you get a lot of extra glitches, and you also have access to load removal. So how do you get load removal, do you ask? Well, the first things that you're going to need are you're going to need this program right here called LiveSplit. Go to livesplit.org, which is linked below, and just download that, and then as long as once you've hit edit splits here, then if you set your game name to Borderlands 2, you'll see this pop up right here. If you just activate it while your game is running, then you're set to go, and you will have load removal as long as you come here and compare against game time. It also has an auto start feature, so you don't have to worry about that either. There will also be an auto splitting fix that you're probably going to need to put into your LiveSplit components folder, but other than that, you're pretty much set once you have that in there. Everything will be linked below in the comments as well. Speedrun.com is also the best place to look for any sorts of information or files or stuff like that. Alright, so the next thing that we've got here that you need to know about is the patcher right here. Like I said, 1.1 is the fastest patch for us to be using in the speedrun because of the amount of glitches that are on it and the fact that Gage is also on that patch. So, what you're going to need to do the first time is make sure that your game is not running, unlike mine. Go to your game folder here, go into Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and then Borderlands 2. And you should see the current version pop up. If it says unknown, don't worry. That means you're probably doing it right. This patch was made back when 1.6 was the main patch, and it doesn't know anything higher than that, but it does function with those patches, so you don't have to worry about compatibility or anything like that, and it won't mess with your save files, it won't mess up your game in any way. You can patch back really quick, it's really easy. So basically you'll have all these options. The only one you're really going to need for the speedrun is 160 to 110. That's the biggest one that you're going to need because it takes you from current patch, whatever it is, to 1.1. 1.3 tends to crash, and it's actually slower because of an amp shield glitch, which we'll be going over later. And other than that, once you select it and hit go, you're pretty much set. So the patcher may tell you need to be offline, but that's kind of a lie. You really don't need to be. Steam added patch support for previous patches, and you just don't need it anymore. Alright, so this final thing that we're going to need to do is download a pre-made save file And basically, since control doesn't start until, you know, way after the guns, like the loyalty reward weapons, are given to your character, the community as a whole has decided that it is a good idea to save quit the minute you're able to, at the very start, and farm until you have a perfect sniper, and just continue from there. You know, make sure you've got that weapon via duplicating the save file and checking it, and then just reuse that save file so that you always have the best sniper, since it is a point of RNG that happens before timing even starts. So you'll need to download that from the links below, and from wherever you download it, make sure you copy it, then go into Borderlands 2, Willow Game, save data, and paste in here. It says I already have one in there, but don't need to worry about that. Just go ahead and put it over there. So once you got that, you are good to speedrun. I'm gonna go ahead and set myself to offline. It kind of makes your main menu time go a little bit faster. However, menu time is not counted in the run, though that doesn't mean that you can just kind of sit on the main menu for a while. It's there just so the little bit of menu time is not variable for anybody, to make it fair. Same thing with load times. They're just out because it makes it it makes it fairer for everybody, so that no one's at a disadvantage or advantage due to loading times. Alright. So if you downloaded the one on speedrun.com, it'll look like this. It'll be this exact same file. And I guess we'll get started. At the very beginning here, none of this snow section is counted at all. It's not until you can actually physically move that the timer starts. So this is just kind of your chill out and wait. Claptrap start talking or stop talking and get used to his annoying voice, because you're gonna be hearing it so much. So, anyways,
or they would if any of them were still alive or had existed in the first place.
Should I talk about first?
I've got something for you. Here, take this echo communicator that I totally didn't
guess I'll
one
just
of these corpses. It comes with a
wait until we can move before I start going into anything.
Come, friend. Let's get you inside.
So, basically the first thing that you have to worry about here is Claptrap has a couple different points that you need to be following him and kind of making sure that you're ahead of him. That way he continues moving even if he's talking.
I'll explain everything soon, but
which,
you're alive for a reason.
Is right there and right there. Are the first two. Because if you don't stay ahead of him, then he will stop and talk there for a while, and it wastes a good amount of time, so make sure you're ahead of him. The next point is right about here, but you should be careful in being near him at this point, because if you get too close to him, you're probably going to push him forward here, and you actually don't want to push him forward here, because he gets an order right about there to turn around, which wastes a ton of time. Anyways, so at some point in the early game here, you're going to want to open your menu, clear out that first dialogue, and equip your sniper. I would equip it over the assault rifle. I guess you could really use either, but it doesn't really matter. I would also recommend disabling the two other DLCs that give you pop-ups in here, just to save a little bit of time. Another big thing for you to do is to disable your badass rank. Your badass rank is one of these things that is generated per playthrough, and every playthrough gives you bonuses. So it makes it a new game plus mechanic, and we really can't be using that in a new game run to make it fair for everybody. A, because everybody's going to have a different amount of badass rank. B, because it opens the door for very silly things. You know, like modded badass rank, and we're just not going to deal with it. It needs to be off. You need to prove it's off during your speedrun. And outside of that, once you've done that, you're pretty much good to go.
Just a little added security. Gotta keep those bully balls at bay.
At this point, there's not a whole lot of time-specific actions that you can really do, so I would recommend just opening everything and or nothing. And at this point, it's pretty much up to you. As long as you're on this side of the wall right here,
Sorry about the mess. Everything's
when Claptrap's walking,
Bandits, vault hunters,
then you're pretty much not losing any amount of time, because he just kind of does the same actions every time.
The creatures around here are dangerous. None more than this bullywog named Knuckle Dragger. Killed everyone I know. Anywho, I keep a pistol in the cabinet over there for emergencies. But in here, we should be pretty safe. Yo!
Make sure you're standing right at this cabinet, right as this cutscene starts, because the quest objective is going to be active the minute the cutscene ends, so you can just kind of mash your use button and your enter button while waiting for that cutscene to end, and it will kind of let you do anything like that. Right here, we've got a little bit of RNG with Claptrap. Get used to it. There's like 4 different locations, or 5, something like that, that Claptrap can be here. This one's the fastest, this one's next, these suck. And you lose 1 or 2 seconds to that. So you see I got second fastest RNG there. So once he starts walking this way, you're going to be wanting to be near this door. I would recommend crouching under it, and then right when you can move from underneath the door, go ahead and start sprinting, and then hit this save. And the minute you see that marker pop up right about here that says you saved, go ahead and save quit. And there's a technique to save quitting that is very easy on keyboard and mouse. If you're using controller, then you just gotta menu fast. But if you're on keyboard, you can hit the N key, then enter, up, enter. And that save quits for you. And just go ahead and mash enter. So from here, as you can see, that skipped Claptrap talking for, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, and then him opening the door. It's a small time saver, but since load times are not counted, it does save quite a bit of time in terms of your run.
That is the only place you will be safe.
So for this section, there are going to be 5 bully monks, and I would recommend standing up where I am to hit them. There are going to be 2 that spawn right here, and then jump onto this one, and then 1 here and 2 down below. Beware on this fight, because there is a potential soft lock if you kill them too fast before the marker on the map changes. But I'll just kind of show you what you're supposed to do to kill them. See there? I waited until after the marker on the map changed, but you can just kind of jump snipe the first 2. As long as you get 1 of the initial snipes, you're pretty much set, because they don't end up overlapping their hitboxes too often. It's okay if you miss 1 of the jump snipes, it doesn't really lose you too much time or anything like that. One thing that I should really talk about in this sniping section are going to be all the key, like the options you're going to want to go through. Make sure you have aim assist on right now. Do not have it off. I know you may not like it, it may be one of those things that you think is a crutch, but the thing is, it's an overpowered crutch. This is speedrunning, this isn't competitive video games or anything like that. You don't have anything to prove, just go fast. Basically, this lets you quick scope a lot easier and a lot faster. So just kind of get your sniper in general around the enemy, scope in and fire instantly, and most of the time you'll hit the target. You might have to adjust a little bit for their head, but make sure you use aim assist and abuse it to the fullest mechanic, because it is worthwhile. Another thing is that we're going to want to change at least one keybind. Does not matter what you bind this to, but do bind your drop weapon key to something you feel comfortable with doing. Because drop reloading, even though it's not used a whole hell of a lot, is something that is extremely useful for speed. Another thing that you probably want is either to map these buttons to something you feel comfortable with doing, which I've personally done. Or just get familiar with which ones you're going to use, because if you just hit tab, it might not bring you to what you wanted. You know, if you're opening tab and then going up and clicking, that's going to be pretty slow. So instead, you can just hit the specific buttons for which one. So now that we've got that out of the way, I'll go over drop reloading. So basically, every weapon on the map always has a full clip. So right now, that just filled my clip. So once I pick it up and drop reload again, see, now I've got a full magazine. So it's as simple as hitting your drop key, then pick up key in quick succession. Very simple, very easy. Skips the reloading animation completely. You'll have to get used to it a little bit, but it's really not bad. Alright, here is just another set of quick scoping, really quick. The pattern can vary a little bit, but the pattern I got is pretty much the standard one you're gonna get. I will also go over the fact that I killed an extra wave, you know, before I killed the one I just killed. And that's because that gets you a little bit of extra experience. And the experience of this route is very, very, very precise and very optimized. So basically, you just kill the first set of bullywongs, come in here, kill the wave early, full wave, you don't have to leave anybody alive or anything like that, and then kill another one, and that'll put your experience exactly where you want it to be. Another thing that I have to go over is a glitch called weapon merging, because one of the strats for Knuckle Dragger here is to use the SMG instead of using the sniper. The sniper is possible. It's optimally probably about 2 to 3 seconds slower. It's not a big difference, and it all depends on how good you are with each respective weapon. Weapon merging in general is something where you transfer the critical damage of a weapon or other special effect of your weapon onto any other weapon. So this sniper right here has a bonus 160% crit on it. It's additive, not multiplicative as well. So it adds 160% of my base damage onto my crit. So it's 160% of 48 plus 48 times 2 is your crit damage, which brings you to the 311 that you keep saying. Well, it's not 311 until I add in that. That's later. That's later. It should be 249 rather. Anyways, so it's a very simple glitch, very easy. It doesn't give you any cues that you've done it correctly, but it's really easy. So you just start swapping your weapon just like that, and just like this. Only before it finishes, you just open your menu. So I started swapping my weapon, and then I opened the menu. And then you just move their positions. That's it. Now, this weapon has the same critical bonus that this weapon had. And the weapon you start with is the weapon that has the bonuses that you want on your other guns. So now I've got a SMG with a lot of extra damage. So if you're going to use the SMG strat here, I would recommend standing about here-ish when the cutscene starts for Knuckle Dragger. He's pretty much a simple fight, but it's gonna take you a long time before you get good or consistent at it, especially since he has RNG. There are 3 different patterns he can give you. the one I just got is one of the good ones, because as you can see, you just run up to his face, crit him a whole hell of a lot, and just kill him. That fight determines, like, is completely determined on how many crits you get, in both strats, using the sniper and using the SMG. If he just chucks rocks at you like that, you can pretty much cycle him really easily. If he jumps at you, you can kill him really easily, but it's going to be slow. If he runs at you, you're going to be really happy. That's probably the best RNG, in my opinion. Alright. So, during this time, there's nothing you can do. As long as you've heard Claptrap start talking when he stopped moving, then there's no wasting any time here. It's just kind of... Go grab this pistol because it is very important. Jacob's pistols have a 2.5 times critical multiplier, which means they have a bonus 0.5 multiplicative bonus. And that multiplicative bonus is going to be extremely vital in the boom boom farming as well as a couple other strats. You do need to get this shotgun, obviously, it's part of the quest, then turn it in instantly. Sometimes you'll get a very good shotgun. This is not, spoilers. It's got the Jacob's barrel, which is really good. It gives it a lot of damage, but it's got the TR grip. The only guns that I'll really use are Jacob's grip shotguns, which means that you're going to see a 3 here. If you see a 3 here, it's something you should hold on to. Otherwise, I pretty much just avoid them completely. Sometimes this happens, where he just kind of says stuff and wastes a bunch of time. I don't know why yet. It's one of those mysteries, but basically Claptrap's a jerk, and he can waste a lot of time. Make sure Claptrap stops talking by this point before you, like, run forward, or you'll lose a lot of time, because Claptrap, if he's still talking when you run forward and trigger his stuff, then, he will just kind of stop and waste a bunch of time. That's kind of what I said already. But yeah, just wait for him to stop talking and you're good there, just like I did. And then, once you've cleared out the first wave, because this is another situation where you can kill 2 waves for experience, weapon merge your sniper onto your pistol here. I should talk about pistol damage as well real quick, because if your pistol is either an 18 or a 17, which is possible, then you're gonna not be able to one-shot the brats doing this strat that I'm about to do. I got a 20, so I'm fine. But if you don't do that, you're gonna need to hit every single shot, or you're gonna lose a lot of time because you're gonna need to reload, which you can do by drop reloading. But drop reloading does get rid of your critical merges or whatever else you're trying to merge. Just as an FYI. So the basic strategy that I'm doing right here is just stand really close to this pile, and then use aim assist and just kind of quick scope all of them and kind of hit the crits. This final one can be a little tricky, but it's just one of those things you're gonna have to practice, just making sure you can hit their heads consistently. Alright, so once you got the check mark and kill all 4 there, just go ahead and save quit. Because that skips the dialogue of having Flint yell at you, and then Claptrap yell at Hammerlock, and Hammerlock yell at Claptrap, and it wastes a lot of time. It skips all of that. Yes, it brings you back up here, but I can instantly start the fight, which is very simple. It's just once you pass around this point-ish, just start sniping. Memorize exactly how many spawn from each location. Oh wow. Try not to miss that shot. And don't drop your weapons onto the ground as well. Make sure you actually pick them up. Both these weapons are extremely vital. and you don't want to lose either one of them.
Stay back, Vault Hunter. Let Claptrap go first.
So, in theory, you'll do it a little bit cleaner than I just did it, but overall that wasn't bad, I guess. Just hitting that snipe on the Bullymong right there is very, very vital as well, and I missed it, so.
Suicide one by one. I shall be out directly.
I guess I didn't explain save quit there. It skips a bunch of dialogue. These next two, like the one I just did and the next one we're about to do, skip probably 2 to 3 minutes of dialogue. It's awful. If you had to wait through all that. Now here you want to snipe a bit of rack. You can either do it here or after this. It doesn't really make a difference. As long as you kill one round of rack. The amount of experience I have is fine, but I wouldn't recommend going over 1 bar of experience. See how mine is like a half a bar right now? I would recommend not getting more than another half bar. Just to be safe, because you don't want to get too much. Which is why this experience route is so precise. Sometimes you'll get grenades this early, and you can use them to jump off the, jump across the top, or jump off the top up there. So, checking the piles is a good thing. But, yeah, just turn in the quest, grab Claptrap instantly. If you grab the other quest at the wrong time, or wait too long, Claptrap's gonna have a dialogue here. And we don't want that. Make sure you buy nades here. Oh wow, that's really nice. That's actually a really good weapon. And make sure not to be late for this, or Claptrap. Instead of going down, we'll come up here and try to show you the controls. So make sure you hit that pretty quickly. Claptrap has a trigger there, and there, that you have to worry about here. This is not a trigger that you have to worry about. It's completely time-based. However, it's still pretty good, a pretty good idea to wait here. This fight right here, you're going to want to wait until Claptrap starts talking, because killing them early is not going to do anything for you, and just give you more experience than you probably want. I guess I should go over why you want to be, well, I'll talk about that soon, in just a second. There's a bit of RNG with, this fight, which I didn't get amazing RNG, especially with psychos. You know, psychos are gonna run at you and not get really killed by the barrels. But either way, you have 4 people to kill here. They can spawn out of any of these doors, and there are 3 of them. The one in the back here will not be hit by barrels. Sometimes this guy, if it's a slag barrel, won't die, especially if it's Killer Marauder. And if it's a level 5 Killer Marauder with a shield, you're probably not going to one-shot him either with a headshot. So, I'll go over that now. Basically, every time you level up for 30 seconds, you get double damage, which is very nice, and it's routed into the Boom Boom farming, which will be coming up soon. Another point where you want to wait for Claptrap to get close and for Jack to stop talking. Just kind of, as quickly as you can, kill all of them. And once people come out of this door, just chuck your grenades up there, and then kill the stragglers, because a lot of times you'll get a Killer Marauder that will ruin everything for you. So, this level up bonus is going to come into play on this fight here. It's going to give you double damage for quite a bit of time. I recommend merging your pistol here onto your sniper, because that's going to give you the 2.5 times critical multiplier onto your sniper. And just by the way, you can't merge weapons in your backpack, but as you can merge all of your equipped weapons. There's one exception to that, and that's a Vladov launcher, but that's a different story entirely, and the variable works in a completely different way for whatever reason. You can throw a grenade straight down here to kind of boost you across faster, because once you hit right here is when Claptrap starts walking across the bridge. So getting to that faster is better in general. Sometimes Claptrap can soft lock right there, and it's a pain for whatever reason. It's not one I really understand. But if he does it, just kind of reset. There's not much else to say about it. It's very rare. You just kind of get continual headshots, and then you can skip a shot there by mailing his face. It's a very quick fight in general. Once it's done, pick up all the grenade mods for a tech skip here. But yeah, just do exactly what I did there. That's a pretty much perfect fight. There couldn't have been anything that happened better. Just get close to Claptrap up there and push him a little bit. And once you get the check mark for blowing up the gate, you can go ahead and leave. You'll kind of get a feel of when to run back towards the cannon, because you don't have to be up there for Claptrap entirely the entire time. Alright, so here, the reason we save quit, and the reason that we're gonna go kill Boom Boom again, is because now we need a lot of experience very quickly, and this is the fastest way to do so. The reason we need this is because we need to hit level 10 in a certain amount of time later, like right after the Firehawk quest. You can get it a little bit after the Firehawk quest, but right now is pretty much the best time to be getting that experience. Alright. So go ahead and merge your pistol back onto your sniper, and make sure you get rid of any grenade mods that you have on, because you cannot grenade jump with a grenade mod. It's just how it works. You need the base grenade to give you a boost for whatever reason. So anyways, the basic strategy I use for grenade jumping is, if I'm trying to go forward, is to wait as long as I can. I didn't actually jump there. But it's all about just knowing the timings, and it's gonna be bad for a while for you, but it's just one of those things that spend a lot of time on your grenade jumps, and it's gonna be a lot better. And it's all down to feel to me at this point. Let's just kind of follow this route in the farms. Wow, that was bad. If you're closer to 5 before this fight, you can hit it a little bit early. And it'll save a little bit of time, because you'll one-shot Little Boom, two-shot, and then two-shot, or no, that's one shot. So it's one shot, one shot, one shot, two-shot, one shot, which saves you 2 bullets, which is about 2 seconds. And it also allows you to maybe kill Big Bertha before he gets in the cannon here. So that would save even more time. Up to probably about 5. Once you've killed them all, kind of keep your eyes out for an orange. If you don't see one, just go ahead and save quit. And continue going. And you'll have a lot of practice with all these grenade jumps and stuff. So here, do your merging again. Grab Death Trap. And then refill on ammo and grenades and stuff. Toss your grenade down again. Release Death Trap at the exact same time you jump, that way you reduce the time spent, you know, that basically nullifies any time lost from releasing Death Trap as a whole. And he likes to grab you a lot of experience from this camp here, which is very useful. There's a couple hundred extra each farm, which really adds up. Especially since you're getting like, what, 1,500 from Little Bloom, so it's probably close to that by the end. Okay. More oranges. If you don't get a bonus package, which is the legendary you're potentially looking for here, then it's not a huge deal, it's not the end of the world, but it does help quite a bit. Merge again, go ahead and get Anarchy this time. Try not to spec into anything wrong. Skill build is very precise and very worthwhile, but anyways.
When you think murder, think Marcus.
Go ahead and sell the stuff you don't need at some point. It's up to you whether you want to sell this or not. I don't like it personally. It's $100. It makes blues slightly more common. It's completely useless. Anyways, I'll just keep doing exactly the same. This little path that I take here is probably one you're gonna mess up a little bit before you get it right. I know I did tons. There have been tons of times that I've completely messed it up. It's just one of those feel-based things again. You know, when to jump, etc., etc. You'll get used to it more and more as time goes on. This farm, you don't have level up bonus. So it's just in how good you are in sniping that speeds up or slows down this farming sections. And this is another test of your patience, because Boom can do things like that, as well as the Psychos can completely throw off your aim by just smacking you in the back of the head and making your life a living hell. You can ask any speedrunner if they think Psychos are a good weapon, enemy design. All of them will say no. But anyways, if you already have grenades, you don't have to worry about chopping, unless you're like really low on sniper experience, or sniper experience, rather ammo. That's what I meant. Sorry. This is the second to last farm as well. So, right when you hit level 7, it means you've got one left to go. Oh, man. I shot him in the chest. Because only his head really takes any sort of damage. His shoulder does a little bit. But, it's not much. Man, I might not get to show off a bonus package route. Which I guess is a good thing, but, yeah. So, merge again, and your final farm, you're going to want to put it into close enough here.
Welcome to my house.
Not because it actually helps the farm at all, but just for later. It makes all your bullets ricochet. I guess I should go over skill build real quick. It makes bullets ricochet and do a little reduced damage, but you get, it makes it so that aiming is not really a problem, which is extremely important, believe it or not. It's one of the biggest skills that makes Gauge so fast. Anarchy's another one, because you get damage per kill, as long as you don't die or reload. It's a very big thing towards the end. Because you can get up to 150, and 150 times 1.75 is a lot. It's a lot of extra damage. You don't get all of it because, you know, your accuracy gets so bad. but just in general. Very, very good. Wow. Oh good, I do get to show off a bonus package route. Awesome. Alright, shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. You can grenade jump there if you pick up another grenade. I just didn't there, so that was a problem. So, do a grenade jump off the edge here. Because grenade jumping downhill saves more time than on flat ground, obviously, because you get the you get the same move speed for longer. There's a bit of a gate skip here, which is very tricky and precise. You're probably gonna hate it for the first little while, but just kind of jump and towards that. Just like that. It's really weird, but make sure you're sprinting and kind of aim exactly where I aimed, right there. You don't have much time to do it, and if you fail it once, it's pretty much not worth it anymore. There's a grenade jump right here under this little thing, which I just did. The timing for grenades is right when the grenade hits the ground the second time is when you want to jump, and then you're aiming for this little ledge right here. Don't get too close to the wall, and don't be too far off the edge, but it's a little tiny platform. It's bigger than it looks, but it is pretty precise. I'll show off the alternate skip as well if you'd prefer that one. The other grenade jump that is pretty much just as fast. Anyways, so again, be careful getting into the wall, because if you get too close to the wall and try to jump, it's gonna push you off. And then if you go too far this way, you're also gonna get stuck in there, which is a bit of a problem. So anyways, if you do this jump, like I just did, you've got a chest here, and oh my god, that's a good chest. Oh my god, that's a good chest. Double shotgun chest, and that is nice. And that's a bushwhack. Is it a good enough bushwhack? Okay, no. Well, that's barely usable for infinite ammo later, because it's a Jacob shotgun, which you're going to need to be looking out for at some point. That's barely usable. That's on the lower end of the spectrum. But anyways, let's show off this other grenade jump that can get you up here, if you prefer this one better. So again, same timing as before. You just kind of chuck the grenade straight down, and then right when it hits the ground again, jump onto this pipe. I wouldn't recommend trying to get on this one like that. I would try to maybe get over here, but you'll fall off if you land here-ish, if you miss it, if you go over it. So that's just another one you gotta practice quite a bit. Grenade jumping in general is hard. You're gonna have to practice it quite a bit before you get really good at it and just get the timing down. So release the death trap in this fight. If you don't have an aid, you can probably grab one here, because it really helps in this fight here. As you can see, you're going to want to try and kill the killer marauders a little early, because they're the ones that take a they don't die to just one grenade. Every other enemy will die to just the grenade, but other than that, you know, there's no need. There's also an outhouse on the way to that second grenade jump, by the way. That will be your replacement for the chest that I opened. And if you get the chest, then you can just kind of come in via this path. You don't have to take the roundabout stuff. But anyways. So once the marker changes here, just kind of snipe everything while Death Trap goes at it on his end. Wow. Well, good enough. Anyways. Keep drop reloading to keep all your ammo and stuff at a topped off level. And just keep going. Here's a bit of a skip here. You run across that onto here. Then jump here. Beware of the ceiling, so just kind of hold forward and jump at the same time. And then you can snipe a little bit of extra here while you're waiting for Claptrap. Alright. So, go ahead and weapon merge your sniper onto any other weapon. It's pretty much whatever weapon you feel is going to kill Flint the best. Typically, you're only going to get your revolver here, so you're going to have to get good at killing him with that. But since I've got some good stuff here, I'm actually going to use that one. Oh wow. I forgot to actually merge. Oops. Anyways, you can skip here by jumping through this little hole there. Very easy. And it gets you in a much better position to fight Flint rather than waiting for Claptrap to open the door and ending up like here-ish. It's much better to do a skip around there. Just kind of jump onto here, back yourself into the corner, and just wait. Because now the cutscene starts. So yeah, definitely practice all those skips that I did kind of quickly there. Sorry if it was not the best explanation ever, but it gives you the idea of what you need to do and shows you where you need to go. So right here, this is a strat you will fail a bunch because there is a lot of advanced stuff with Flint and it's annoying and RNG, I think, and anyways. So you should have Death Trap back up by now if you released him in the fight, like in the last place that I did. You don't want to release him when you're saving Claptrap from being stomped on by those three guys. You definitely want to do it before that. If you do it anytime after that, you're probably not going to have Death Trap at this point, and you're not going to get nearly as easy of a time critting Flint. With a good enough weapon like this, I could probably deal without him, but it's just one of those safety type things, especially for beginners. So this is why we use Death Trap, because it turns him around and gives him access to right behind his faceplate, which is a good crit spot. Right when he jumps off, you need to jump off too and hug him as close as you possibly can. Because basically, it's such a really hard fight to explain because there's so much stuff that can go wrong at the same time. But basically, if you do not jump off with him, he's probably going to go fire phase, and that means you are going to take a long time to kill him, and he's going to be a big pain in your butt. It is going to be a big pain. So just kind of crit him until he starts running, run off with him, and keep as close to him as possible. Hopefully he kind of gives you his slam attack with his axe or whatever to give you a little bit of extra time. But then, as you can see, I kind of blocked him using my body right about here-ish, and then right before I killed him, I let him walk around this corner. Because if you let him walk around this corner right here and you kill him really fast after he's done that, most of the time you'll get what's called the Claptrap manipulation here. Because sometimes, if you're lucky, the Burning Psycho here that come out of this door get an order that Claptrap is supposed to have gotten by killing Flint at this specific time frame, and will run to this console and make Claptrap run here early, and you don't have to fight all of the rabble and stuff. It's very difficult, it's very precise, and you won't get it every single run. It saves probably about 20-30 seconds. If you do get it, cool. If you don't worry about it too much. It's nothing you can really control other than just killing Flint at the right time and hoping.
There's some water this glacier has
Yeah.
ever seen.
See, I didn't get it there. Anyways, since I didn't get it and I do have a BP, I'm gonna go ahead and equip it and chuck a bunch of them because it kills everything fast. If you do not get one, don't worry about it too much because it's just kind of kill this fight as quickly as possible. There's not much really else to it, just kind of use your sniper. Use basically whatever you can to kill these guys the absolute fastest. How you'll know that you got the manipulation is that Claptrap will say this next dialogue line that he got.
All right, now we
Just that one right there. You'll hear that early. If you hear that early ever, it means Claptrap is coming to you and you need to stop killing enemies out here. Do not kill any enemies if you know you got the manipulation. So watch the running psychos, check and see if they're coming to this little spot. If you do get it, don't touch anything. At least not on the platform up here. You can kill things down below for a little bit of extra experience. But if you kill things up here, Death Trap has a very high potential to soft lock the game for you. And this is a very costly one. This one will cost 2 to 3 to 4 minutes. It's really bad. It's caused by killing all of these enemies, which gives Claptrap the move command after you get the manipulation, because he already got the move command, but now he gets it again, and he just kind of walks back to this spot and stares at you and yells. So, yeah. Be careful of that. Go ahead and take your BP off. It's not really needed at the moment. And open the chest and hopefully get something good. Oh, look, I got shields. I think I'm gonna grab that one. It's like my best option. Don't take too long because you can. You've got a couple seconds to check stuff and do things like that. And you got to be on time for Claptrap there, and just go ahead and travel. I take my BP off here so that I can grenade jump because it saves a good couple seconds here. You know, it only takes 1 or 2 seconds to put it on and take it off. But if you're under half grenades, most of the time when you open piles, you're gonna get them. So I'm keeping it at 1. Chucking grenade, opening. See, I got 1 back right there. And I can grenade jump again. And that overall saved quite a bit of time. But I'm gonna re-put on my bonus package. So that I can get a lot of extra experience. If you don't have one here, I'd say turn around and snipe a couple of enemies, you know, get a couple kills, don't waste any time killing any enemies, but you do want to be very on top of your experience and making sure that you're gathering more than you think. So the more enemies you can kill, the better. But it's one of these things where
Darn it.
that's on you to make the decision on when it's appropriate. So as you can see, the bonus package gets you a lot of extra stuff, but you can also just kind of sit here and snipe people or, you know, stuff like that.
Just attach the adapter onto the catch-a-ride and I'll get you a free car.
You can also grab the chest that was out back behind me, but it's really not always necessary.
Executing phase shift.
You can grab a little bit more experience here if you'd like, if you're feeling a little low. You're gonna probably have lower experience
Wait a moment while I hack the catch-a-ride.
on without a BP anyways, but alright. So basically what I did there is that you're going to want to enter the vendor as soon as possible and kind of sell all your stuff, but don't exit. because right when Scooter starts talking, you can trigger a vendor dialogue which will skip that because they're on the same audio channel and the game doesn't like to have multiple things coming out of the same audio channel. So basically, just kind of stay in here while you're waiting and then exit out. You can also, you know, as long as you're triggering the vendor dialogue right when Scooter starts talking, then you're good. The one issue with this is potentially if you've got vendor dialogue going on when Scooter starts talking, then you're probably going to lose time, just because that's how it works. If the vendor dialogue is already playing, you can't get it to start playing again, so you've just got to kind of wait until it does its thing, and you can just kind of skip it again that way. Alright. Go ahead and just jump across the gap like that. And we're driving to Sanctuary now. We are taking a short detour, which is to hit a save point that we're going to need to travel to later. And it saves time, you know, driving to it after Sanctuary or whatever. So right here, instead of going directly there, we're going to follow the road and make sure we hit the save. Go ahead and get out right about here. Hit it. Get a couple kills. If you got a BP, chuck one right there. If not, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and drive. I'm also waiting like half a second to get in my car because in a car you get a little less experience. It's actually a lot less experience, so it's can definitely be a problem for you. If Roland starts talking, get in your car anyways, because it's kind of what your metric is for being late to this thing, more or less. What I did right there is called an animation cancel. Because typically you have to get out of your car, but if you're in the air, it doesn't have room to give you that animation or whatever. I don't know. They made it so that you don't get the animation if you're in the air and you're getting out. So do what I did there. Just drive up this hill and then get out once you bounce off everything. If you don't have a BP here, don't worry about killing any of those enemies. Just kind of grenade jump up this area. This area is one of the few that is slowed down by a BP. But, it's not by a whole lot. Know the fuse time on your BP as well, because if you've got a 1.8 like I do, you can throw it straight down, but if you've got a 0.0, that's a death wish. Okay. Looks like I got a badass. You're gonna lose time. The badass is spawning anyway. Oh, wow. The badass is spawning no matter what. But it's one of those things that if you have a bonus package, it speeds it up. If you don't, I would recommend just kind of crit merging your sniper onto your weapon and going to town. You may remember something that I said earlier about if you drop reload, then you break weapon merging. There is a way around that I should go over real quick. You know, let's say I have weapon merged right here, and I don't want to lose it by drop reloading. Well, basically what I can do to reload is also just do this. You know, put it in my backpack and then take it back out. And that will also reload your weapon fully. It's something you'll use more in the next area. But it's really just one of those things that you want to use only if you've got nothing else to do. The psyche you want always spawns out of this door. And believe it or not, I know this game's so solid and all that, but you can actually pick up that power core too early if you get there too early, because it's before the marker switches and all that. It's the same basic thing, same basic story all the time. Yeah, kind of look for a little extra experience there or whatever and just go to Sanctuary. Where my experience at it right now is better than you're probably ever gonna have. It's probably the best I've had in a long time. But
it'll be nice to see a friendly face when I'm burning. You're the one Commander Roland was talking about.
It's kind of your goal. The more experience, the better, because the faster you can go through this next one.
But first things first, plug that power cord into the shield generator.
You can check for a shotgun here if you'd like. Mine are pretty much... Well, no, actually I will take that. Just take guns that you like. Take the shotguns that you like. Take the assault rifle if you don't have one, if it's one that you hate. I'd recommend any Hyperion shotguns, anything like that. Okay, there's a dialogue skip here that I kind of set up. So along this line or so, you know, somewhere in this general area, there's a trigger for a Hyperion Moonshot Blitz that we're going to be using to our advantage here soon. So kind of take the path that I did around that trigger and trigger Jessup here. And once Jessup starts moving a little bit, then we'll go trigger the dialogue a little bit. There he goes a little bit, and then right about there. So you'll see it's right around in this area, but it curves back around this way a little bit and then curves back around that way as well. It's really weird. So if you do it right... Wow, that was really good. You couldn't even hear Jessup there. But yeah, you can do it early, so make sure you get the timing down. And then, if you ever, like, hear the moonshots hitting the barrier, it means that you messed it up and hit the dialogue early. So, keep that in mind when trying to set that one up. It saves about 10 seconds.
You'll never take me alive, you robotic son bitch! Wait a minute.
Talk to Scooter instantly, and run up to here. Sometimes you get some really cool stuff out of these lockers, so go ahead and check. Got some money. Nothing great. Some ammo. Now would be a good time to spec it into another thing close enough.
I got some fuel cells around here. You'll need those. Oh, you'll need this iridium here too.
Since you're just waiting anyways. And once you grabbed all three, just like that, go ahead and save quit, because this will warp you back to the center of Sanctuary, which is exactly where you want to be. And it skips Scooter's dialogue, which is wonderful.
Bandits of Sanctuary. I hear a new Vault Hunter has arrived.
Just kind of run out
Just turn him into me and you'll be rewarded.
the thing. And I guess I should mention that jumping is about 1% faster in this game. For no reason at all, it just is. So, jumping everywhere is good. Once you come to Crazy Earl here, make sure you buy grenades here. It's the only thing that you really need. And it makes a super skip, quote-unquote, possible later, which... I will, I'm not gonna show off or go into because I already have a detailed tutorial about it that you can find in my YouTube channel, but it's an extra skip that saves about a minute that I wouldn't recommend for beginners at all.
Get in. Roland left a message.
Just gonna talk to him. You can check this vendor here if you want. Nothing there is really worth buying. I would say the things worth buying are white Jacob snipers or like a coach gun or something like that. And then if you don't see anything, just kind of come in here and turn in the mission. If you accept it from too far away, it won't let you turn it in for a little while, but it goes away eventually. So once you save quit there, just go ahead and travel to Three Horns Divide, which you grabbed earlier on the way. Check again. Nice TDR quad. Alright, looks like we got a Jacob sniper, which is really good because that's an extra... That's more critical damage than just doing a sniper and a pistol would give. There's a bit of a jump here that can save a tiny bit of time across the gap, but it's really not necessary, especially not for beginners. Just kind of drive across the bridge like that. I mean, your best, easiest plan. So go ahead and merge the snipers together, and then merge it onto whatever weapon you're using. Equip your BP if you have it. If you don't, then just kind of use your gun to the best of your ability. So, be things like running up, killing them like that. And if you do have a BP, chuck one down, and it'll get you a lot of kills. I wouldn't spend too much time on here either, even though there are potentially a lot of really good enemies with really good experience. It's really not one of those things that you're gonna care about too much unless you're really, really low. One thing to look out for in this area is, in general, burning psychos and burning enemies in general, like burning spider ants, are the best experience for how long they take to kill. So they are what you want to look out for. They are the best things for you to get. Check your last BP there if you have it. If you don't, just kind of, I would ignore buying grenades and I'd just kind of run up and shoot these guys as best as possible. Run down the hill if you don't have a BP. And if you really need some experience, come grab this. It's a little out of the way, but whatever. If you have a bonus package, then you can just chuck it over this right about there-ish. Yeah, that would work. And you'll get a bunch of those kills. If you don't, just kind of run through this area shooting everything pretty quickly. If you do have a bonus package here, there's a... Well, okay. If you have a bonus package here and a gun that you feel is very, very strong, you know, whatever gun it is that you have, you know, if it's something that you'd feel comfortable killing badasses with, if it's something that you'd feel comfortable doing anything with, and you have a bonus package, then you can skip the Lasco here that we're about to go get. But know that you have to be confident with that weapon because you will probably lose time in general to getting the Lasco. I know that sounds weird. Going out of your way is sometimes faster, but the Lasco itself is a good enough weapon that it saves enough time that you pretty much need to get an equivalent weapon or slightly worse, very slightly worse, to really move on from there. You know, Vladov pistols are very good, you know, like an assassin, an anarchist, something like that. Definitely make sure it's high damage. Don't use a weapon that dropped at level 3. Don't use something that's going to take a really long to reload, because a lot of the time it's not worth menu reloading, just because that's one of those things that you save really for if there's nothing you're supposed to be doing except doing damage. That's my creed with that. So anyways, if you don't want to worry about skipping the Lasco, or you don't think your weapon is good enough, or if you just don't have a bonus package, just run back into this little corner here and grab this blue weapon that's always sitting in this hole right here. Oh, that's really good parts too. That's nice. That's really good parts. And here's where you're going to be abusing both Death Trap and Close Enough. So just kind of shoot a bunch of walls, and you can kind of bounce things into enemies' crit spots and stuff like that. Throughout this area, you're just going to want to continue making as much forward progress as possible. You know, take that path that I just took there. Move when you're shooting. Don't backtrack too much for loot, etc., etc. All these things are very important. My experience is looking really good, so I could probably even skip one of these. But it's pretty fast experience, and it gets you about where you want to be. My experience bar now is a little under where you want to be before you move on from this next section, which means that I've got a lot of experience, and I can kind of run through everything without killing too much. Also, that's a turtle shield. I'm gonna put that on. That was a good pickup. A high quality shield in this area is very much a time saver for you, because it's a time saver and potentially even a money saver, just because of the way just have a BP. Just the way Bloodshot Stronghold's gonna work. It's gonna be.
This is it.
Wow, I didn't kill him either. But you're gonna need a better shield than your starting one for sure. There are 2 badass here if you want to get them.
See?
If you're too far forward, this guy won't spawn, but you can just respawn him by backing up here. Again, my experience is a little higher than it really has to be here. But yeah, just kind of think about that. One thing that you're probably noticing me doing is I'm not manually reloading at all, because that will remove my anarchy stacks. Should have gone over this way before, but hey, no big deal. Make sure you're either menu reloading so you don't lose your crits, or just empty your clip like that. Yeah, that's about that. So then there's this jump right here that skips this little walkway. So basically what you're gonna do is jump out and then air strafe back in. So just like this. So you see there, I jumped straight out a little bit, you know, so I don't run into the wall, and then I both hold A and I turn my camera as well to kind of hit that. So it's one of those things you'll just need to practice getting down.
The sound of those earthquakes marks my drills getting closer and closer to the vault. That's the sound of progress, baby.
But just to put it bluntly, this area is probably the hardest area in the game to optimize. It's something that you're gonna struggle with for a while. It's something that you're not gonna be getting enough experience for a long time. It's gonna be something that you're really just gonna have to put a lot of time and effort into. Just because, especially since the route now skips the Marcus experience that we used to get, you have to be very, very on top of your experience. And you know, if you're unlucky and don't get a bonus package, you're not necessarily gonna have the same opportunities to gain the experience that I did here. So without a bonus package, you have to be even more on top of your experience than you would be with the bonus package. And you gotta be like, you just have to be constantly killing everything, but you also have to be constantly moving forward. It's just one of these things that you really have to balance as well as possible. And it's hard. It's hard. Making sure you're level 10 here will, like, if you're not level 10, you pretty much lose the run. So, it's just one of these things that practice makes perfect. Pretty much every situation in Three Horns Divide where I was using a bonus package to kill extra enemies, it's one of those situations where without a bonus package you're still going to want to be killing those enemies. It's just going to be using your sniper rather than the bonus package. So really and truly just kind of go for that. I'm going to hold on to that sniper because it, like, non-Jacob snipers have 100% crit, which is
Now the real fun
pretty good. Oh wow, that didn't
give
give me anything. I tried to throw a grenade so that I was under half and got priority, but obviously didn't work. Bonus packages speed up this fight by quite a bit because, you know, you can kill enemies while not looking at them. And then I'll go over the technique that I just did for a second. Basically what I did, and it's something you can use on every weapon, is that I canceled my reload animation with a melee attack. However, I was holding down the fire button when I canceled it, and it actually shot the first shot
Ain't over yet.
early. So with shotguns especially, you can get an extra shot off really fast.
They found another way in.
Not getting a bonus package in this fight, it's pretty much just kind of using your Lasco and or, well no, if you don't have a BP, you're going to have a Lasco. It's just kind of using your Lasco to the best of your abilities here. Just kind of hitting as many crits as quickly as possible. Though obviously, this carpet bomb is a little bit faster than just kind of shooting everybody. Right, now we're on the badass wave. So you want to aim off to the side a little bit since you have so much anarchy. So that you continue hitting crits. And there's menu reloading in action for you. Alright, now that he's dead, we'll kind of come over here and open
Yeah, that's the
the safe there.
Give it here.
So once you've get it to Lilith here, given the iridium, go ahead and pick up all the stuff that you left around,
Yeah.
just to make sure you got all the money that you're gonna need, because you're gonna need a decent amount. Around 2k is pretty much enough,
No idea why.
though you can sometimes need more. So once you turn that in, just go ahead and save quit. Does not matter what level you are. However, what level you are does influence your decision on where to go next. If you're level 9, do not go to Sanctuary here. Do not. You will kill your run. There is no backup strat. There is nothing that can be done if you go to Sanctuary after save quitting, just like I did. If you go to Sanctuary now and you are level 9, you will never ever get a Vladof rocket launcher, which you need. Do not do it. It feels awful every time. So if you're level 9, go here. If you're level 10, go here. Since I'm level 9, we're going to Three Horns. And I'll explain what you want to do in
Haven't found anything good. My weapon machine
in
will fix that for ya.
Sanctuary when we get there. I'm just a sliver away, so I'll be there very soon. Let's go ahead and drive up here. You can honk too early here, so just kind of watch the map until the quest marker moves a little bit, and then go from there. That's when you want to honk. And then we'll be going to Ellie's shop. Basically, if you honk too early, you'll still get the dialogue and you won't be able to honk anymore. But, you won't actually get the quest moving up. Alright. So I'm going to do this as if I didn't just hit level 10 there. You know, if I hit level 10 when killing the cars. That's the basic idea that you want to do. Go ahead and save quit past the cutscene. One thing that I should mention about the save quit past the cutscene is that you need to hit the save point to actually save quit, or you'll basically just wasting time, because it'll put you all the way back at the start if you don't hit the save in the cutscene, which you can easily get by just boosting into the area. You don't even have to boost, but it does help. Guarantee that for you. Just drive out and instantly start killing the cars and grab their parts. If you're like right next to the cars when they blow up, you'll get the parts immediately. That saves a little bit of waiting. These guys sometimes take a long time to spawn. For no reason. But it's just one of those things that you gotta deal with.
Almost got a bandit car? Roland can handle
So once you
whatever
get
the
those
boss
two,
decides
then
to
drive
dish
into
out.
here
Generally
and
don't
keep
like
an eye
when
out
they get
from
quick
that
and
spawn
then
and that. There are two different spawns basically. There's this one which looks like I got. He took a long time as well to spawn. But can either come out from up there or over here. Either one. So once you got 5, go ahead and save quit. And that brings you back to Ellie. But since we don't have the guns we need to continue, we're just going to go to Sanctuary right here. Since now we are level 10, and it's time to get the biggest run-killing RNG possible. Because this is the moment that really determines, you know, how fast your run's going to be. That's actually a really good launcher. Anyways. I don't need Milosco, I don't need max health, and I don't need that. But I did not get anything here. The things you're looking for are a Jacob shotgun, not that one. That is at least 2 barrels, so either 2, 3, or 4. And it is preferably 25 damage or higher. I do have this Doc's Bushwhack at 22, which is on the lower end. The more barrels you get, the lower the damage can really be, but eh. But that's the basic idea of what you're looking for is a Jacob shotgun with either 2, 3, or 4 barrels, 25 or higher, give or take, and a Vladov rocket launcher, just like this. You can tell they're Vladov by the banana clip right here. And basically this is the exact one you need. It's as long as it says consumes reduced ammo per shot, that's the one you want. So now that we have that, but we don't have our shotgun, well, we do have a should I run with that? Yeah, I guess I'll run with it for the moment. It's gonna fall off really hard, really fast, but you know what, just for the purpose of the tutorial, I'll use it for now. Hopefully I get something else soon. That would be awful if I didn't. If I had to do this tutorial with a 22. Oh baby, that would be awful. But anyways, from here we're now going to be getting infinite ammo. That's right, you heard it here. Infinite ammo. So, like I said, this consumes reduced ammo per shot. You may think that's kind of impossible. And it's not exactly accurate, because it's not reduced ammo per shot, it's more of it doesn't consume ammo on every 3rd shot. And it's actually it starts at the 2nd shot in a clip, so you shoot it once, and the next one's free. And then you shoot it twice, and the next one is free. And I guess it's just cycling through that free shot. But anyways, so go ahead and switch to your Vladov. Talk to Ellie, fire it once, and basically this firing at one time basically just sets up the free shot variable, because the Vladov rocket launcher uses a -1 in its coding to make the infinite ammo happen, to make it not consume anything, because it typically consumes 1, so they were just like, alright, just add a -1 to that so it's a 0 net every 3rd shot. So basically that is prepped now, so we're going to go ahead and transfer it onto our character real quick. And all you have to do that is swap to another weapon and swap back instantly. So that's a -1 that's on my character now, -2, and -3. The reason I'm doing -3 is so that my bushwhack here, which is 3 ammo consumption, does not consume any. Because if I do it at 4, then it actually makes my clip a negative, which is a problem for cooking up trouble later. And what else? If it's under that, you don't have infinite ammo, basically. Right when you get the check mark, you can go ahead and get your car here. And make sure you pick up the catapult technical here, because it is the fastest car in the game. For no reason. it's just the fastest out of all of them. You don't have to wait for Ellie, you can just, the minute you get a check mark, it's in the system already. Honk your horn, and we'll continue. The menuing I did to make the catapult technical really fast is just down, enter, up, enter, down, enter. That should be right. Yeah, because it goes down to the type, enter to select, down to catapult, enter to select, up to get back to deploy, down to teleport, and then obviously teleport. So now go ahead and get your Jacob snipers or whatever weapons that you have that have bonus crit here onto first each other, and then onto your shotgun. If you don't want to do them onto each other and just want to do it onto your shotgun, you can do, like, you know, sniper onto shotgun, then sniper onto shotgun, or it's sniper, shotgun. It's up to you and your preferred method. Doesn't really matter. I guess also get another thing close enough. And then from here, it's just gonna be hit bad mouse trigger, and then you can kind of come back and kill some people if you feel like it. Because you'll notice here that you're now a little bit overpowered in how it works. Just a tiny bit overpowered.
Give me your damn.
Try to get a bunch of crits here. Sometimes he can be a jerk, but never too bad. Pick up the key, instantly turn it in, and then run up here and just kind of run straight forward. There's an invisible wall there that keeps you going from too fast, but yeah, you can still get a nice advantage. So here, make sure you're full on grenades, especially if you're going for super skip, because A, you can't without full grenades, so that kind of kills that a little bit. I'm going to be showing two different methods for this this bloodshot skip here that are not super skip, that are gonna. It's really up to you which one you like. They're not much slower or faster either way, but it's really up to you. Yeah. So I'll show both these off real quick. When you get into this room, don't touch anybody, because shooting people is just gonna aggro everybody, and that makes it really hard to grenade jump. Especially if you get shot, because if you get shot when grenade jumping, you don't jump. So anyways, kind of get onto this little thing, line up with this little line at the very top, throw a grenade straight down, and grenade jump straight up onto this. You can land on that, you can land on this. As long as you land on top of this, you're pretty much set. Don't go too far back, because that's not solid right there. But yeah, you can now just kind of jump up onto this. Just like this. So next jump is going to be here. So just grenade jump across that gap. You can also do it from on top of that little platform thing, if you really feel like it. You know, get on top of it back there and run around and then jump over from there if that makes you feel more comfortable. And then jump and crouch through here. Excuse me, that was interesting. And then you'll want to get here. Real quick, I'm going to, I guess the best way to do this, I guess just save quit and show the alternate way, which I'm pretty sure is faster, and it does save a grenade. So Every time you save quit, it removes all of your glitches, so we'll need to set up for infinite ammo and weapon merging again. One thing to note when you're doing this is you can do it too fast, so if I do that, that didn't stack anything. You have to make sure the ammo actually shows up before it'll actually do anything. Make sure we got it, and we did. Alright.
A fantastic day for capitalism.
So the grenade jump path that I just did takes 3, the one I'm about to show you takes 2, and then super skip takes 4. So make that decision in going for which skip you really feel like doing at this point. Again, this is a point where you don't want to touch anybody, or they will just kind of aggro onto you and make it a big problem. Ow.
What a loser!
That slag is annoying. Just go away. Okay. I dropped aggro now. I'm not slagged. And there are 2 ways to jump up here. Both of them are covered in my super skip tutorial. So if nothing else, I would recommend going and looking at that for at least this jump if you plan on doing this version, which again I'm pretty sure is slightly faster. And yeah, basically just throw a grenade straight down right here. That was not a good jump at all. Kind of set it up really weird. But anyways, let's do it again. So aim straight forward. Actually, it's gonna be better than at an angle or anything like that. But just kind of grenade. There we go. Back up a little bit, and then get a running start up into this. It's the exact same timing as every other grenade. It's right when it bounces the second time when you jump. Just make sure you've got forward momentum to get across this gap as well. And I wouldn't aim for there, or you'll bounce off more than likely, because you can hit this little line here and just fall. It's awful. I would aim for here because you've got this thing to stop you as well. So anyways, from here you can either jump off of that or jump off of this, and you'll get on top of this little line here. So you do have to make sure you're on the very edge to actually make it just like that, and then jump from there. If you do fall down at all, either there or on the other side of this wall thing that you can't tell is there anymore, then you can just grenade jump on top of either here or there from down there. It does waste an extra grenade, but with the non-super skip variants, you've got a couple extra, especially if you've got a full 4. So you typically go up there and then all the way over the top for super skip. But since we're not doing that, then just come this way. Don't touch this because it's not solid and you'll fall in and you'll be very sad because you can't exactly get out of there either. And now we're exactly at the spot that we were with the previous skip. So that's two ways to get to the exact same spot. So next thing you want to do is jump onto this little ledge here. Jump up here. And this is the jump that most people have trouble with in this version. Because if you notice down here, that is the mutant rat area. Which if you fall into, you either die or save quit to get out of. You'd be getting there early, and that's a problem. It's a soft lock for you until you die or save quit. So basically what we're aiming for is this little trash pile thing here. The problem is that this line that you see, that's a wall. So you have to aim on this side of the wall and land onto this trash pile. It should look just about like that. It's a very tight jump, and again, if you fall in and don't get the jump exactly, die or save quit. That's about it. So you'll come over here and grenade jump up right here. You can either land here or get it all the way up, but getting it all the way up is a lot harder and a lot less recommended. So then all you gotta do to get back in bounds is just go through that wall.
Aimbot sack of crap! Rock and roll!
You can kill some of these guys if you want for a little extra experience, but it's not really needed.
Somebody stop that slagging from spring and rolling! Another
And take care of those guys and save. If you want, you can get on this ladder a little early so that you
Good to
can go
finally
check a
meet you in
chest pretty
person.
quickly
Hell of a
without losing
job
any
fighting
time or
through those
anything like that.
bloodshots. This'll just take a second. Well,
Because the chest is right over here.
now let's see about getting out of here.
Sometimes you get good stuff, other times you get nothing. Super skip completely skips that chest. Skips all this stuff, but again, it only saves about a minute. Is not really worthwhile doing until you're really going for world record. You know, that for most people takes a long time. And that is based on your work ethic, but in general, it's not a worthwhile skip to do until you're really, really comfortable with double grenade jumps and, you know, not missing grenades in general.
Where are you, soldier?
So anyways.
Stop this damn thing!
From here, you can kind of open this, maybe get a grenade. Well, if I've got two, I'm just going to go ahead and buy up to 4.
Took Roland?
You can grenade jump over that. Very minor time saver. It's less than a second, I'm pretty sure. Grenade jump up here, just like that. Though I did do mine a little sketchily. That was the wrong turtle. I'm going back to the other one, because why not? Kind of come through this area and run and gun, basically. Kill some things, but don't kill... Like, don't waste time to kill anything. If you can kill things very quickly without losing any time, it's worth it. If not, ignore them. Check the chest and kill the badass at the same time. I want... Still nothing I want. And then right here, I'm gonna get rid of a lot of these guys because there's a couple different methods that I want to show off here. But I've got to make sure that I'm not about to die before I do it. Okay. So the first possibility here is that I can do a grenade jump here, and right as the grenade hits the ground, jump again, like jump on the ladder and start climbing, and that'll knock you up onto this. Which there's a couple options you can do from here. If you do not do that or do not get it, then you can just grenade jump from where this enemy is, like right there, all the way across that. Very simple, very easy. It's probably your safest bet. There's a very small time saver, about 5 seconds. If once you're here, you have a grenade, then you can just go over the invisible wall that I'm running against right now, but it's hard, I guess is the best way to put it. Inconsistent, all those things. If you do fail it, there is the invisible wall that I'm standing on now to kind of save you, but I mean, in general, it's not something you're going to be hitting in runs. It's just kind of a short little time saver every once in a while. That's if you want to practice that or do anything like that. It's not worth it in my mind to get that super consistent, mainly because it won't be. Anyways, running, you can also run directly down this line here and jump onto this invisible wall that I've got. It doesn't take a grenade at all to do this. Just kind of run and jump at the very edge onto this little section here. Just like this, because as you can see, it's fully solid. Extends a decent amount out. You know, there's room for error. And then run and jump right about there, because right here is not solid. And then just kind of, if you do have another nade here, grenade jump over the wall that's in front of me. Otherwise, you can just run around it. Just like that.
Kill this constructor so we can get the hell out of here.
How I do.
Just go ahead and kill Warden, pick up a shield if you want, anything. If there's a drop, cool, awesome. If not, you can also check the chest that's right about here if you want. It's up to you. Honestly, I'm going to, simply because, for the sake of the tutorial, I would like to get something new. So, any possibility to get something new would be nice. If nothing else, just to show you. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting something like that, so let's just save quit. Once you hit the save at the fast travel, go ahead and save quit. Make sure you do hit that, though. Make sure you have at least one grenade when you're turning in this quest.
Meet me back at Sanctuary.
But once you've turned it in, go ahead and save quit. You can grab some of the nades from the chests near him if you don't have any. If you're on 1.1, the minute you go into this fast travel here, it'll be default to the Sanctuary, so all you have to do is hit enter. So you can just mash E and enter really fast and it'll travel you here instantly. So, if you just grenade jump right about here, it gets you on top of this building, which puts you right up next to Roland. This is really good.
He means hi.
It's another really good launcher,
Sorry.
but I'm not using launchers, so I
We've been trying to stop
use it.
that
Hang on.
for years.
Sunrise.
Iridium mines.
So F-Thought has to turn off. I'm gonna buy this sniper though, and go ahead and save quit while this happens. Okay, there you go. We're good now. Alright. I wouldn't recommend selling at that previous vendor. I just kind of did it because I'm not worried about this, the time of this in general.
Haven't found anything good. My weapon machines will fix that.
So nothing there. Do your car menuing again to get it to the catapult. And let's just drive over to Thunder Express. Don't worry about getting infinite ammo yet. You can spec into your cooking up trouble, or close enough, that's up to you, whether you want slightly more damage or slightly increased health regen.
You'll have to see our man.
What I'm doing right now is a 4-second time saver.
You'll have to wake him up. The
So
sound
if you don't
of
really
some
care about that
guns
4
at the
seconds,
same
just go ahead and
time.
get infinite ammo.
You got a fire gun,
But
right?
if you do want to save the 4 seconds, make sure you hit that save and then come to the Varkids here. These guys can be a little bit of trolls. If the Varkids hit this fire melon, the explosion will be lower and you will only probably set 1 on fire, and that's bad. But basically the strat is to get 3 near you, then pull them into the fire melon just like that. Once you see the check mark, go ahead and save quit. And that saves the 4 seconds. So now we'll want to get our infinite ammo. And our weapon merging. The reason I bought that Jacob Sniper, just by the way, the one right here, is because you do need 3 by the end of the run, because as I said before, you can merge all of your slots together, so you can only merge a total of 3 weapons onto your shotgun at one point. Gonna grenade jump off the top here. Didn't actually jump though. This is another area where abusing the priority mechanic first weapons and, well, ammo rather, is very useful, because you can keep yourself under half and constantly get piles, or constantly get grenades from piles.
Tina's a bomb maker and a friend of
So
mine.
I'm staying at 1 right now.
A few times, she
Grab an
said
extra
mine
one.
more. She'll help you out, but it's a tip.
Grenade jump.
Don't make any sudden movements near her.
Grab an extra one. Grenade jump. Make sure you have 1 grenade coming into Tina, because grenade jumping into her cutscene, just like this, is one of the biggest time saves you can get from a grenade mod, because you continue moving during stuff like that. Alright, talk to Tina, and just kind of instantly run away on the badonkadonks. Go away, jerks. I'm gonna hope that grenade mod wasn't on level. You can do a grenade jump up here, though I kind of got shot, and so I couldn't jump. It's a bit of a problem. If you don't have 2 grenades, though, I would recommend just going up the stairs, which are right over there. Hang on, train's coming. Rip that guy. You can get trolled by the train there, so definitely keep on the lookout for it. Keep an ear open and all that. So, just jump over this. Check that. Excuse me, pick it up. Give me a launcher. I want a shotgun. Give me a shotgun, but it's banned. This game's RNG can definitely be a little trolly, especially when you actually want things to go a certain way. Because as you can see, my damage is already falling off a bit. We're death warping here, because this takes us all the way back to the last save point. The death animation itself costs about 20 seconds, so this isn't a huge time saver, but it does still save a lot of walking and stuff like that. Oops, that was bad. Okay, just kind of follow this path in general. You can grenade jump up the hill just to kind of save a jump or whatever, but it's not necessary. And only really if you have 3 or more. This is a good spot to sell instead of when I did previously, because, you know, it doesn't waste any time as long as you sell pretty quickly. One little thing that I do right here is that I blow up this gas tank when I've got no grenades. That way I get a couple of extra grenades to spawn. Then I can come grab 1 that's going to be right here, actually 2, and then just buy 1 little round of grenades. She's facing a weird way. Huh. Anyways, hold E there and pick them up really fast, and then just kind of grenade jump to the next area real quick. Oops, I actually missed one of the grenades there. That's a problem. But anyways, if you want to go for an advanced strat here, make sure you have 2 grenades here. Otherwise, just go ahead and grenade jump up the ladder there. It's a bit of a time saver. That's a one-arm bandit. There's no way I'm gonna kill that, but basically what you're... I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna show you what you would do once I check this. Okay. So basically, you'd, instead of checking that chest there, you jump up here, and then grenade jump straight up and travel early, so you don't have to watch this cutscene. You do have to save quit once you get in there.
The Volky's still up on that ice ship.
But that's pretty minor. You know, you'd see a check mark here really fast, and then you'd save quick, really quick, so that you don't break the game, because you are breaking the game by going here early. It's just it's worth it overall. You can get a little bit of experience along the way here, but again, it's one of those situations of just keep running and gunning. Don't waste time to get experience. At least not much. It's better to give up experience than give up time. Unless you're really low. That's Tedior. God damn it. It's so confusing. Since I'm so desperate for a shotgun, I'm going to be checking this both times. I would recommend against checking it here, since it just wastes time. Well, it wastes time no matter what, but it wastes, I guess. It feels like more there, but okay, just kind of shoot Wilhelm in his butt because that's his crit spot. And move on. Oh, nice. Now that sniper's a waste of money. Perfect. Once you get the power core here, just go ahead and save quit. It warps you back to the start since load times are not counted. It's a time save, and it skips some dialogue, which lets you go to Sanctuary real fast. Please give me nothing. Right, that's another situation when the marker's defaulted to Sanctuary, so you can just kind of mash enter to travel instantly. If you have grenades here, you can grenade jump over top of this building, otherwise just go around it.
Well done.
And then just kind of run over here to whatever his face is. Davis, I think, is his name. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Doesn't really matter, but it's just one of those things. Yeah, it's Davis. Turn that in. Take the power core out. On the new one. And save quit instantly. So once you're in here, run directly to this marker.
It'll get us somewhere.
Hit the first one.
Alright, I got this one. All you gotta do is hit the last switch.
And then the second one.
Alright, we're primed. Everybody get ready.
From here, you can check under real fast. Doesn't look like I got anything. So just kind of instantly run up here, Roland. The faster you get here, the earlier of a dialogue skip you get. Which the earliest one is right here, where Roland skips his own dialogue. It's pretty good. And then you can just hold E on all the iridium. Grab those. Kind of wait for this to get up here.
5 years ago, Roland and his friends opened the vault because Angel and I
hit the trigger for
tricked them
Lilith to
into
spawn.
doing it.
Don't stand on top of Lilith, or she'll kind of break.
I've never used this much.
And then you can come here and... You know what I didn't do? That I should have done? That I completely blanked on? Which is why that was so weird to me. Once you get the iridium, go ahead and save quit. I'm gonna do it how you're supposed to. That was my bad. The minute you get the iridium, save quit. Which warps Lilith right down to the beginning here. Warps you over here. And lets you just kind of instantly give her the iridium, hopefully. Sometimes you can like skip her animations, get a really fast grab if you kind of walk away and come in really quick, but it's variable and random and it doesn't always work. Anyways, still nothing for me in terms of shotguns. Well, this tutorial might get kind of painful here soon. I might have to take some drastic measures to make sure I get something.
I know you're angry at me.
Alright,
right
so
now,
once you
but
say
we don't
quit.
have a lot of time.
Actually,
Explain
you know,
everything, just
I'm just gonna continue this in a second. That will be part 1 for the moment. Got something I gotta take care of real quick in real life, and so I will be back for part 2 very soon. So look out for that in the near future. Go ahead and upload this one. So anyways, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure to ask any questions that you have in the comments below. See you next time.